This giant had a serious problem. Despite having long legs of his own, he was too lazy to walk and instead had a few slaves carry him. He simply pointed and gestured, and the slaves would carry him to his destination. Watching the exhausted slaves panting heavily, the giant wore a satisfied smile. One of the slaves at the back, too exhausted to continue, released his grip on the giant and stood gasping for breath. Suddenly, the slave's body cracked open and turned into a pile of rubble. The giant was somewhat surprised, so he patted the remains of the slave, and a head emerged, transforming into a winged slave. The slave flew into the sky, seemingly about to break free, but the giant swiftly caught him with a backward reach. To prevent any more slacking off, the giant tore off the slave's wings, treated them like candy, and crunched them down, then plucked off the slave's halo, placing him back in his original position to continue his servitude. With no choice but to obey, the slaves continued to carry the giant forward. They finally arrived at the terminal, and the so-called terminal station turned out to be just the giant going to the toilet. Afterward, the slaves had to turn back and walk again. The slave at the rear, once again unable to carry on, was met with warnings from the other slaves about the consequences of letting go. Helpless, they continued to bear the giant's weight until they were completely exhausted and eventually perished from the strain.